like an open, more of a fireside chat where we're going to talk about what we've got going on here with MPG Xtreme. So we're very excited about that. Again, we're getting to that, probably a minute left. I'll give it another minute just because numbers are clicking up. For those of you that want to quickly text, if you have the ability to text a reminder, just to let everyone know that you had invited, that we are starting this thing right now. We're going to start this thing literally in less than 60 seconds. And Byron, if you need longer, let me know. But if you're ready to go, and okay, you're ready. All right, we're going to kick this thing off, everybody. First of all, Byron called and said, hey, I'm going to give you the honor to welcome everybody from South Africa to our Zoom event today. So welcome South Africa, welcome Africa. We're so excited to be on this Zoom with you today. I come from, you're wondering where the snow is. I just threw a background drop that's in my backyard here in northern Wisconsin, here in the US. And thank God spring is around the corner. We're finally getting some warm weather. We're excited about springtime coming. But we've got an exciting lineup. And we've got, here in a minute, I'm going to go to my sponsor, Andrew Burling. His wife, Nancy, is going to talk today. If any of you have met them, they're an incredible couple. Master distributors here, a point of the spear with MPG Xtreme, so you know who they are and where they fit in to everything happening here. Of course, if you've met Byron Schrog on some Zooms, Byron's going to chat. We've got our CEO, Randy Tynard, in here. And I want to throw a shout out to also Double Diamond Mike Renz, who I know has people attending the Zoom. So let me quickly tell you what's going on here with this. We're going to throw South Africa into pre-launch here sometime next week. And let me tell you quickly what happened in the US. Byron and I ended up on a phone call last summer in July with Andrew and Nancy Burling, who are going to talk here. And we actually had to, at that time, sign a non-disclosure. That's not something we are requiring in South Africa, of course. And we ended up talking about gas prices, not just here in the USA, but what gas prices were doing globally around the world. And Andrew and Nancy asked Byron and I a set of questions. And the first question was, hey guys, who do you know that uses gas, fuel, diesel, gasoline in general? And we laughed, and our answer was everyone. And they said, well, we're going to ask you another question. Who do you know that would like to save on that expense if they had the ability to save, 5, 10, 15% or more? And we said everyone would be interested in that. Why wouldn't they? Now you're going to hear at least one, if not two testimonials. I don't have the agenda in front of me, but I know Chris is going to come on and they're going to give a testimonial here later in the Zoom with Byron. But you're going to hear testimonials where particular vehicles, that testimonial might be more than that. Remember, vehicles are like people. Everyone is different. And they're going to talk about the product. Andrew's going to talk about the product in the company when I bring him up next. And so Byron and I, our wheels started spinning like, oh my gosh, this gas price is a problem. And if we have a product that can help ease the pain at the pump, that would be a really, really big deal, not only here in the USA, but literally around the globe. And the third question that we were asked is, if given the option, would you like to A, save money, B, make money, or C, both save and make money? And of course, Byron and I are entrepreneurs. As you get to know us, and our attitude was, hey, we want to save and make money, but we really want to make some money because we are serial entrepreneurs. And so the business, we threw this thing into a pre-launch August 1st, just 6.5 months ago here in the States, and it has went amazingly well. We've got, we've literally, geography-wise, we've got business all across the US, from coast to coast, north to south, and the excitement's at an all-time high. But that brings us to South Africa. We knew that along the way, we were going to open up other markets. We were going to use a concept that we call crowdsourcing, where if we had previous relationships, we could rely on those relationships and those connections to open up other markets in other continents in other countries specifically. And that's where we are today, that we are now to the point where it's like, okay, we're on the the precipice of opening up Africa, but specifically South Africa. So first of all, I want you to know, because the numbers keep clicking in here. First of all, welcome Africa, welcome South Africa. I know that we've got other people dialing in from around the world because there's excitement. People are very connected today because of technology. And so I want all of you to internalize the questions that I asked. And I just want you to take in all the information that our 4 or 5 speakers are going to share. And that's how we want to set this up, that this is a process, right? And we're at the very beginning of that process. And that's where you, okay, depending on how you answered that third question, if you're a serial entrepreneur, you want to let all of this information just kind of soak in and marinate, and then get reconnected with whoever brought you to this particular Zoom. So I'm not going to take any more time here today. I want to go to our first speaker. I told you a little bit about him, but I've known this guy for over 30 years. We actually went to the same high school back in the 1980s, but he's a dear friend of mine, and I've got a huge amount of respect for his expertise and professionalism in this industry specifically. And he understands the worldwide economy that we're all dealing with in a post-pandemic era, that we're now 3 years removed from all that, and specifically gas and the impact of this product we have at MPG Xtreme. So without further ado, I'm going to go to Andrew Burling here in the US.
Okay, well, thank you, JD, and appreciate everybody jumping on here today. Want to welcome you to our very first Zoom for MPG Africa. That would be official on the corporate line. My name's Andrew Burling, and we're a company that's 7 months old. We started taking our first orders for the X caps on August 1st. That is our flagship product, or what we call our silver bullet product. It's our lead product. In the middle of October, on the 15th of October, we released our X cap crumbs, and that was at 2 weeks later after that was our launch event, which was in Minneapolis at the end of October. And we just came out in an event at the end of January, which was our barn bash event. So here's a company that's 7 months old, and in 7 months has officially released 2 products, has officially held 2 corporate events, and now we're on to our third, which includes our travel AI product and our Catalyst event coming up in Colorado Springs, Colorado this summer. And you might say, well, okay, that's great. What's in it for me here out in South Africa? Well, what's in it for you is that we have a track record with these products. We absolutely know that they work. And when we launched this company, we wanted to launch the company so that you not only knew the product worked, but you knew that the company worked as well. And that means the company computer and the tracking and the virtual back office. And so when we launched with what's called real time. Real time means that when people come into your business, you see them enroll in your genealogy tree in real time. When you earn a commission check, you see your commission check move and track. That commission engine tracks in what's called real time or instant time. It's lightning fast, it's quantum, it's real time. And then also for your orders as well. So you can find out who in your organization is ordering, what your volume in, and what this does is it never puts you in the dark. It keeps you in the know so you can watch your scoreboard at all times. And what it allows us to do is talk to people in confidence and let them know that we're a transparent company, that we're showing you the books. We're not hiding anything because we're allowing everything to be tracked in real time. So if you're brand new here today and you don't know what real time is, get excited because you probably have never had it before. So we're just a few days out from our event in Colorado Springs. I think it's about 120 days now. I know it's a big commitment to even thinking about coming from South Africa to Colorado Springs to attend our Catalyst event. That's a big leap. That's an air ticket, that's a hotel, but if there's a way to do it, let's see what we can do. Maybe there's a way to do it. There's plenty of time. I can tell you this, decisions are being made right now. Decisions are being made and the continent here in the US, also in Africa. And here's why. A lot of people are looking after COVID. Jim talked about a post-COVID economy and where we're at here with MPG Xtreme. And here's what I can tell you. People that were making full-time money before the pandemic hit in our industry of networking, their incomes went down. They went from making full-time income to making part-time income. Guess what happened to the part-time people? Their income just went away. Maybe it didn't happen there in South Africa, but it did happen here. The same thing happened with companies that were having huge success, maybe even billion-dollar companies. Some of them have sold recently. They were having massive success. And then after the pandemic, they tickered off a little bit. And the companies that were medium-sized companies or even smaller sized companies, those companies were just gone. They just simply went out of business or were hanging on by a string, kind of hanging on by a lifeline. And I believe that you're here for a reason here today. I believe that you're here for a reason because you're looking to do something better for you and your family. I believe that you're curious about the caps or maybe the business plan that we have here, but you're here for a reason. And I know there's people right now that are on their hands and knees and they're praying for an opportunity right now. They're looking for something. There has never been a better time to be involved in our industry than right now. More people need it more than ever before. So here's what's going on. The price of fuel is exploding across the world. Here in the US, it's $3.41 a gallon, diesel $4.54 a gallon. In Canada, it's $4.76. These are US dollars for US dollars. $4.76 for a gallon of gasoline, $5.27 for diesel. And in South Africa, according to global petrol prices, which is where we source our information because we're not in South Africa, it's $4.60 for a gallon of gasoline, and it's $5.04 for a gallon of diesel fuel. So you need to ask yourself, do you know anybody who uses gasoline or diesel fuel? Do you know anybody who would like to save money on their gasoline or diesel fuel expenses? And if given the choice of making money or saving money or both, what would you rather do? And for just about all the people, the answer is everybody, and both. Everybody uses fuel. It's a non-opinion product. It's what we call a no-brainer. Everybody wants to save money on fuel. Nobody wants to pay more for something than what it's worth. And then everybody wants to make money and save money at the same time. We get paid to help other people save money on fuel. That's what's really exciting about MPG is I don't have to convince anybody to do something that they're not already doing. And I've been in networking for over 30 years, and we've sold a number of products. And usually there's some type of convincing where I have to sell you or convince you to put this pill in your mouth or, take this wonder pill or drink this magic potion or what have you. And with fuel, there's no opinion at all. You put the cap in your tank, you let it dissolve, and you go ahead and live your life. So what really is the bottom line here is, what is it going to do for me? And does it actually work? That's the only concern really that people have. Well, if you read our packaging, it'll tell you exactly what the caps do, and maybe like some of the banners I have behind me here. But here's what the caps will do. They'll really reduce toxic emissions out of your tailpipe because you're getting a more complete burn on your fuel. When you see smoke coming out of the exhaust pipe of a car or truck, that's unburned fuel. We're going to solve that problem. We're going to help you burn all your fuel and get a cleaner burn. So there is an environmental impact here. It's not just about saving money with using caps. It will also boost your octane. So if you're using or if you're supposed to use premium fuel in your car or truck, now you only have to use the regular unleaded, and you can use an X cap and you can get that octane boost. That is saving people money immediately. That's an immediate savings, which is incredible. Also, it'll improve your power and performance. And you might say, well, how's it doing that, Andrew? It'll do that by cleaning the carbon out of your engine. It'll do that by cleaning your injectors. In other words, you'll notice more power and more performance. And then finally, the number one reason people do buy the X caps is because it will increase your fuel economy. And our testing is 8 to 12 years of 8 to 12% rather of tested, documented increase in mileage. I mean, think about that. That's just in mileage. And there's a lot of test data. There's a huge track record behind this product. 35 years of testing and test data. We are EPA registered. We are manufacturing right here in the USA. And here's the best news of all. We've sold millions of these caps, not only here with MPG Xtreme, but with the previous company. So we have a track record with this product. It was sold back in the mid-2000s. Some of you might have been involved with that company. That company later became a dynasty in skincare. Kind of funny how this industry works. But we do have a track record here. And so here's what I want to close on before I go to our next speaker. And here's what I can tell you. What we have here is very simple. You're talking about a fuel cap. You're talking about our trucker product, which is the X cap crumbs, which one of these vials will treat 120 gallons. I got it upside down. Treat 120 gallons of gasoline or diesel fuel, which is 120 liters. And they come in a box of 10. And they're very, very affordable. And so we have something simple. We have something affordable. These caps come in a 5-tank trial. You'll see in the corner, $20 US. What's exciting about that is you buy them for about half of that. So you're buying them for 10 US, selling them for 20 US. That makes your product highly retailable because it's so affordable. It's the price of a pizza. 5 individual caps in what we call a 5-tank trial, because for most people, it takes them 5 tanks before they see a result. Might happen faster. We have had it happen faster. Don't be surprised when that happens, but we recommend what's called the 5-tank trial. Also, we have a very high potential here, a high potential for earning. On the single level by retailing product, we have a high potential for earning by enrolling other ISRs. But here's the thing, there's no guarantees of income here. There's no guarantees in life. So even though the sky is the limit for a potential, and it really is, there's no guarantees of income here. If you can live with that, you're going to love what we have here. And it's also a very low risk situation because of the company behind us. Our parent company is 20 plus years old. They've been shipping product, paying commissions out of an 18,000 square foot manufacturing facility based in Maple Grove, Minnesota for over 20 years. That means we have customer service. We have in-house accounting, in-house shipping. We have a manufacturing floor. We have people that answer the phone and say, hello, can I help you? We have everything in-house under one roof to serve you and to serve the globe. It's very exciting. And many of you have been to that home office. I believe documentation beats conversation, and I believe seeing is believing. We'll get you some pictures of this if you haven't seen it before. And then 5, as I mentioned, it's highly retailable. So we got a lot going for us as a company, and we're coming to you. And I'm excited about South Africa because I know where this takes us. I know exactly where it takes us. Nancy and I have built massive international teams before. And what I'd like to do right now is bring on my wife, Nancy, to talk about the compensation plan. She's very qualified to do this. She helped write it. She helped code it. She's been involved with the programmers in every step of the way here with our compensation plan. So with that said, I'm going to go to welcome aboard. So welcome to the family. Welcome to MPG Xtreme. And with that said, I will now turn it over to my wife, Nancy. Thank you so much for letting me share today. Thank you.
Well, thanks so much, Andrew, and to Jim, both of you, great job. Want to welcome everybody to today's first ever South African pre-launch Zoomcast. And we are so very, very excited as we expand globally, and especially, you know, for the South African market. And as Andrew talked about the products, we have an amazing product. It's very timely. The cost of fuel is on everybody's mind all around the globe. I know that pertains to South Africa as well. And just to give you a little sneak peek of one of the products too, this is our Moto Minis, and then we're going to have the Minis as well as the regular size caps that Andrew talked about. But it's pretty exciting. And so I've been asked to talk about the compensation plan and how you can participate and benefit by sharing these amazing products with people. The beautiful thing about our business model is we've already built in the retail side of it. As you get involved with our company here, and I'm just going to base this on US pricing, we're going to make some announcements next week. So stay tuned, all of you, for details. We're going to be announcing what our packages are going to be for South Africa, and more information next week. So you're going to want to tune in. I'm going to do this based on US pricing, what we have right now, but I will say that our packages for South Africa are going to be very conscious of your economy specifically. And so some of your prices are going to be lower than what the US prices are. So we offer a $199 US package as a silver 60. And then we have a couple other packages with, we call them our gold packages. In that, you're getting these products right here to be able to turn around and sell retail. So your wholesale, our wholesale cost is $10 on these. Suggested retail is 20 US. So each cap, when you understand, is about $2 per cap. We have a $29.95 annual setup fee for replicated website, managing back office. And so once you're activated into the business, what happens? It's pretty simple. You can participate in our compensation plan. You can earn faster bonuses, and you have no limit on how many you can earn, depending on the package that you can sell. For example, I happen to know we're going to have a lower end package and a couple other packages. You'll be able to earn anywhere from $20 to $40 to $60 in faster bonuses. When you make that sale, you enroll in ISR, you will get that commission. We also will have a customer program, which is a direct commission that'll be paid each and every month or week every time they order, which is also very, very exciting. So the main way we make money is what we call team commissions. We have a 2-team system. So here in MPG Xtreme, you've got a left team and a right team. And so to qualify, make a sale left, a sale right, that become active, that have done a minimum of 50 points, 50 PV or CV into our plan. And every time there's 100 points left and 100 points right within our plan, you'll earn a $20 US commission. That is correct. You pay in with US dollars, you get paid in US dollars, and then you can convert that to whatever currency you want when you get paid. But that's, I think, important for you to know the value of that. And so with this part of our plan, you can earn upwards of 30,000 US dollars per week, because the computer just simply looks for sales on the left, looks for sales on the right. Every time there's 100 points that accumulate, you'll earn that $20 commission of team commissions. Now, we also have something called executive check match, which is, I believe, the longevity, long-term side of our business. And how this works, it's very simple. Every time when you enroll somebody, so let's say that you sponsored Jim Denzine, and Jim Denzine earned $1,000 in the team commissions this week because you enrolled Jim, you're going to pick up a 20% executive check match. So you will earn an additional $200 in executive check match. And this goes through 7 levels of check match as you increase in rank. So how does that work? It's based on everybody you sponsors level 1, everyone they sponsors level 2, and so on and so forth, all the way down through 7 levels. And so as you increase in rank, you're able to increase in earnings potential here, which is very, very exciting. We've got all the I's dotted, T's crossed, and I can tell you that this is an amazing, timely product to the marketplace, and we get paid weekly. So here's how that works. Our pay period starts on Friday at 12:01 a.m. Central Standard Time, United States time, and it goes till Thursday midnight. Anything that happens within that pay period, we pay those commissions into our global wallet the following Friday. Oftentimes Thursday it shows up in there. And so you're able to transfer those funds into whatever banking or whatever you have set up. We're working on all of those pieces right now, and all of that'll be ready for South Africa here upon launch. So I can just tell you that we're excited. We're excited about our international expansion. South Africa is one of many countries that we are opening here on a global scale. I know we have many other Africans from other African countries that are on the Zoom today. Don't worry, we're coming to your market here very, very soon as well. So without further ado, what I'd like to do here is I'm going to turn the time over to our good friend, Double Diamond, and key leader here for MPG Xtreme, Mr. Byron Schrag. Byron, take it away.
All right, Nancy, great job. Thank you. And Jim, you're a good tap dancer. And those of you that missed it, we got the Zoom opened up a little early and Jim had to tap dance because we got it turned on sooner than we thought. And Andrew, you crushed it, buddy. So, you know, I just, first of all, just want to welcome all of you that are the pioneers. You know, we have a very unique situation going on right now, and this is kind of like a pre-launch Zoom. And many of you know this already, and I'll talk about it a little bit more, but during this time, before we do the official pre-launch, you actually can enroll for $1. All right, you said $1. That's about 20 Rand. I don't know what the current conversion ratio is right now, but it's about 20 or 21 Rand. And so I would highly encourage you to do that. Why do we have this in place? Number one, it's to allow a chance for our leadership that is coming on in South Africa to get positioned, to get in the system ahead of time. And then March 1st, is our official pre-launch date. We're going to target that. You know, once again, when we're in the pioneering stages, could that possibly be shifted a day or two? It's possible. But we want to open the market where we have all of our ducks in a row, and we have product on the ground already. We have an office. We have, you know, banking being set up locally, where actually, I think, you know, Nancy said that, you know, you pay in US dollars. We'll have that option where you can pay with a credit card, but also I believe that you'll be able to play with your country currency of the Rand as well. That's one of the objectives. That might not be day one, but I believe it will be. And so we got some very exciting things that are coming. But before I get into too many other details, I got a few things I want to, you know, the question that I had when I saw this information and was fortunate enough to find out about it in June. And then we officially did a pre-launch in August in the US, and we officially launched the company at the end of October. We're going to follow that same process here. March 1st is going to be our pre-launch, and fired up about that. But I just said, if this product works, this will be crazy. All right. And I've got a friend of mine on here, Chris, who actually we had some product we sent out to him early, and to my knowledge, he's the only one that got access to this. There might have been somebody else I'm not aware of, but Chris has been a friend of mine for a long period of time, successful business guy, and I wanted him to test this. So I'm going to bring Chris on here because many of you that are in the market saying, is the product actually work? And Chris has been using it now. So Chris, if you could turn your video on and just give us a quick product testimonial, that'd be good. And I'm glad that the load shedding didn't knock you off like it's knocking a bunch of other people off. I'm watching the numbers bounce up and down. And but I'm grateful that you got to be on here because people want to hear, does this actually work? And you've done some real documentation on this. And very, very shortly, this is going to be out in the marketplace everywhere. And you know, when we multiply what Chris is going to say times hundreds, it's going to get crazy. So Chris, go ahead, buddy. Thanks for being on here.
Byron, thank you so much for the opportunity. And I just want to say thank you to Jim, Andrew, Nancy, and Randy for putting this all together. It's just an absolute amazing and wonderful opportunity. Really excited. So I'll be brief. I drive an Isuzu 1.9 TDI Bucky, a single cab. I'll have a Ford Ranger 3.2 liter double cab as well, which is my wife's car. So I started off, I too was a bit skeptic. I didn't think it would work. Byron sent me some stuff. He said, you know what, buddy, go out, test it and tell me what happens. So I drove it. My vehicle is a 70-liter tank. I drove it twice, filled it up and recorded what I would achieve without the caps. And typically on a 70-liter tank, one would get 650, maybe 700 Ks carrying a load and normal driving. Needless to say, my first time using it, I got 859 kilometers. The second time I used it, I got 853 kilometers. And then the third time, I realized I'd done something wrong or I had not recorded something. And I got 827 kilometers. But then I realized that I still had 120 kilometers in the tank because I wasn't completely out. Then the fourth one was 852 kilometers. And I still had another 100 Ks in the tank. So that would give me a total of about 952 Ks in total out of what would have normally been 650 to 700 Ks. So in total, what's that? It's like nearly 200 plus kilometers. Absolutely blown away. My wife is on the Ford Ranger 3.2 liter. She's experienced phenomenal growth and she doesn't do much driving around. It's usually a home to work, school runs, sports runs, and that's a 3.2 liter, and it's we've experienced some phenomenal usage on that one. I've got 2 or 3 friends utilizing it as well, driving from Durban to Johannesburg, and everyone is absolutely blown away. So from my perspective, guys, this thing damn well works. Wow. Thanks, guys. God bless.
All right, Chris, thanks for coming on and giving us that validation. I think all of you that are on here, you're going like, okay, wow. Okay, if this is really going to work, this is going to get crazy. But before I wrap this up, and I've got a couple things to tell you, so don't jump off here. I know some of you on the load shed are going to get busted off here. We're recording this. It'll be fine. We'll get it out. I want to bring our CEO, Randy Tyner, on. And Randy is, I've become very good friends with Randy. He's a tremendous business person. He's been inside this industry for more than 20 years, running a company, shipping product around the world. And we're just so blessed to have him at the helm with the reins as the CEO. Randy is the guy that wants to make sure everything is done the right way. There's too much stuff that's went on in our industry for so long where people open up countries and then they're there and they're gone and they just take people's money. That's not what's happening here. In another situation, there's companies that tell people buy this gigantic pack of all this stuff and they only sell them 1 pack and they never show up again. We're doing a little different. It's $1. That's for a reason, so we can set it up and do it right. So I want to bring on my great friend, CEO Randy Tyner. Randy, thank you for taking out of your busy schedule, jumping on here, and it's a blessing to have you on here, brother. Thank you for your leadership.
Well, thanks, Byron, and welcome everybody. And great job, Jim, Chris, Nancy, Andrew. Can't do it without you guys. This is really awesome. Thanks for being here. I see everybody online here. The emojis also, Jim. I don't know if that's you or everybody else, but it's really great to have everybody on here. Listen, I just want to welcome everybody and let you know that Jim or Byron is correct. We are going to do this right. It's extremely important that we get all the logistics, everything in place before we open the doors and pretend to do a cloud network marketing company in a foreign land where we're not established. I can tell you, we've been working very hard with people on the ground right there in South Africa. We have a country administrator. Her name is Andrea. I'm not going to tell you her last name or where to find her because I know the good friends I have in South Africa are really determined and aggressive to find out everything they can about everything before it happens. So if you're anything like the good friend I have in South Africa, I want to restrain and protect Andrea from all of you guys until it's soon enough. You'll meet her soon enough. She's a wonderful lady. She's going to be taking care of all of you right there in South Africa. She'll be our country administrator. She's been trained already in our database. She knows how to implement orders and take care of you. So it's going to be very exciting to do this right. And the reason we call it pre-launch, because that's exactly what it is. Pre means that we're able to make mistakes and get away with it. That's why we call it pre-launch, because we can blame it on pre-launch, right? Oh, well, that shipment didn't get there because remember, we're in pre-launch. That's not really the reason, but I want to tell you that there are some kinks that need to get out. Today just happened. We're setting up shipping, and we have a very aggressive, nice shipping that you'll be able to take advantage of. Andrea has helped us with, but there was 2 shipping options available in the data that we were testing today. One of them was $20 US, and the other one happened to come out to like 500,000 Rand. So which one would you rather pay? So those kind of mistakes and those kind of issues we're dealing with to get that straightened out. So we're working every day to get that done. You know, one of the wonderful things about this industry and what we've been so successful doing is because we have 3 elements that have all come together. You know, we have a successful business, as Byron stated, and Jim, that we have been here for over 20 years. It's not our first rodeo where we know how to make it happen. But most importantly, the leadership in the field is what really is the key to making all of this work. We have just key leaders in the field that can just help you with every situation. And that is so important. So not only do we have the leadership here at the corporate office, we have a vice president of operations, we have a COO with all of our operations here. We have marketing department. We have everything you need. We have customer service that's just, they've been here longer than me. The customer service and the management in the company here have been here longer than I have. So that's a really true statement of really the good leadership we have here at the corporate office. Also, with the marketing in the field. So when you put those 3 elements, the infrastructure, the leadership in the field, the leadership at the corporate office here, hey, we might have a great company here to start a business in South Africa. So you can count on us. That's what I want you to know, that you can really count on doing this right. And when Byron says it's $1 sign up, that's because we like $1 better than 1,200. When Nancy mentioned that we have a cap on your funds on certain levels, that's because they get capped. 30,000 American happens to be 542,000 Rand today. So how would you like to cap out the binary at 542,000 when you put $1 in to get involved into a company and have to spend less than 2,200 Rand even to get involved? So this is really the key to the success of what we believe the new model of network marketing. This is the new model of making things happen. You find a product that actually works, that you don't have to go sell a pill or a potion or convince somebody, call me in 3 months and tell me how it affected you so you can go out and sell it too. People love all the pills and potions. We do it. You know, we manufacture the pills and potions. And so we know it works, but not everybody wants to sell it. You want to use it, but you don't want to sell it. So how about something that don't have to sell, that sells itself? That's why this is so wonderful to bring this. So I'm just here to let you know that we believe in this process. We're setting up an e-wallet where you will get paid in your current currency. We have payment options to get paid. So you don't have to use US and a MasterCard. You will at first. You will have to have a valid US acceptable Visa or MasterCard. However, we do have a local bank account there. We are going to be able to pay you in your own currency very, very soon. And so this pre-launch date of March 1st is a real thing. We're going to be very close. We're working every day to make that happen. And we're just happy to have everybody here, and we're pretty excited. And thank you so much, Chris, for helping us with logistics there in South Africa. And Andrea, you're wonderful. We're glad to have you on the team. She's part of the corporate staff there in South Africa. We do have product on the ground, and she is very anxious to get it out to you. So we'll be letting that happen pretty soon here. So thanks a lot. I'll get it back to Byron.
Awesome, Randy. Thank you. And just as I kind of tidy things up and wrap things up here, you know, the one thing I would tell you is there's about 15 days left for the $1 registration. All right. When we officially launch the pre-launch of this, all right, March 1st, the dollar goes away. So if you ever wanted to have a chance to get your friends and your business partners positioned, now would be the time to do it over the next 15 days. I would highly recommend that you figure out how to make that happen and get in the system. And then once we launch, or once we turn on the pre-launch, all right, you'll be able to go in and order your packet and be able to participate and start getting the samples out, you know, to other people, and you'll be able to use it yourself. And so we're going to see similar kind of things that happened with Chris. It's going to happen to a lot of people. This is going to grow very, very quickly. All across the country. I saw people dialing in on here from Cape Town, which I've had the good fortune of being in your beautiful Cape Town city there. It's just fabulous there. I'd love to go back again. I've been there a few times. I've been in Joburg many, many times. I've been in Durban several times. I have a lot of friends in Africa, and that's happened over a long period of time. And I'm very, very excited that my friends are going to have a chance to create something magical for their country, and not only for South Africa, but for the other countries that are in Africa, because COVID has caused a lot of distress for a lot of people, and it caused a lot of hopelessness. And we're bringing hope back. And I know that all of you can see that, and we're bringing hope back with a product that everybody needs and everybody uses. We're bringing hope back with, you know, a comp plan that's simple, that's very lucrative, that rewards the people that go actually build and develop leadership, and they build teams. All right. We're bringing hope back for the people that want to lead other people and impact other people's lives. And so very, very excited about where we're at. March 1st is coming very quickly. We've got more Zooms that corporate's going to do like this. We'll announce those shortly. All right. But we wanted to get this kicked off. We got a 15-day countdown. And so if I was you, I would just try to figure out, how do I just, you know, for 15 days, just push everything else aside and say, how could I just focus for 15 days? Because what you do in the next 15 days, think about this. Some of you will have 100 people in 15 days from now. And those 100 people are going to turn on the computer, and all those people are going to order product, and that's going to generate commissions back to you. This is a unique situation that is not going to be here after March 1st. Will it get better after March 1st? Yeah, people can order product instantly, but it won't be $1. All right. Right now, you have a chance to go really fast and build the structure in place. So I would encourage you to do that. You know, if you're on here, get back with the person to put you on here. They can help you figure out how to get set up on that $1. Right now, it's a US credit card that allows that to take place and happen. The person that puts you on here, obviously they're in the system. They can walk you through those steps. And so with that, I think I'll wrap it up. Randy, thank you for taking the time to be on here. Nancy, Andrew, Jim, Chris, appreciate you guys tremendously. And kind of like we've officially dropped the first flag on the race, you know, where now the cars can start warming up going around the track. The race is not on yet, but we do have they're going around the track right now. All right, they're warming up, they're checking their tires, they're warming the engine up. And the flag is this a 15-day warm up, and we'll see who gets warmed up, because when the flag drops, it's going to get to be a lot of fun. And a lot of you have waited a long time to be part of something that's going to be this significant, that's done right. So thanks for being on here, guys. God bless. We'll see y'all later. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll get you updated on the next one of these that we do. Take care. God bless.